All right. Hey, it's Attorney Montgomery. And what do we have here? So, Megan Thee Stallion's former photographer accuses her of harassment in new lawsuit, alleges he was body shamed and witnessed Megan being intimate while they rode in an SUV together. This is all about grabbing headlines, being salacious, clickbait. That's all that this is about right now. Because, quite frankly, if you read the lawsuit, this has absolutely nothing to do with her being intimate while they rode in an SUV together. My name is Attorney Judith Montgomery, and I practice in Atlanta, Georgia. And so I'm going to share a little bit about what this lawsuit is really about. This lawsuit is about the fact that California has very strict laws as it comes to gig workers, self-employed or self-contracted versus actual employee. This is strictly an employee-based suit. This has absolutely nothing to do with what she was doing with another woman or another man in the back seat. Nothing at all. So what it does have to do with is that he was listed, as he states, miscategorized as a self-contractor or an independent contractor, but really he should have been labeled as an employee. And California requires that in order for someone to be considered really independent contractor, that their time is not controlled, that their resources are not dependent on one employee, that they can leave and come as they want, and that they're not going to be micromanaged in the duties that they have. For example, a plumber, right, would probably be considered a gig worker, or an electrician would be considered a self-contractor or independent contractor, because you hire them off of whatever app and they come and you tell them what's wrong. They do the work. You don't really know what they're doing or how they do it, but they do it. They get the lights back working again, and then you pay them a fee. They tell you when they're coming. You don't tell them when they have to come. They tell you when they can come. And then once they're completed with the work and you've paid them, they go on to the next home or business or whatever. So in that sense, that is a true independent contractor. What he is saying is that Megan didn't want him working for anybody else, that she was very possessive over his time, and that she wanted him to be her photographer at all times, that she took him to different locations, and the only person that he could work for was indeed Megan. That during those times that he wasn't able to take a lunch or take a break when he needed to take a break. And so in that sense, if that is indeed true, if these allegations are indeed true from that perspective, then yes, he was miscategorized and he is owed that money. So in that sense, I can see the case being settled and him being paid those wages, back pay, whatever the case may be. But about this body shaming, that she called him fat, we're looking at this person. Does this person appear to be fat to you? That's not going to hold any weight. Him witnessing her being intimate, maybe she was drunk, had a good night, and he happened to be in the vehicle. He claims that the next day she came to him and said, hey, did you see me doing X, Y, and Z? Please don't mention it. Please don't bring it up again. And he does. And so I agree with her and her attorney from the sense that this is, again, to be salacious, to grab headlines, clickbait, to embarrass her and to shame her. And from that perspective, he's dead wrong for that. he could have simply sued her. And guess what? They would have settled it, paid him his money, and he could have kept going. But that wasn't enough for him. He needed to take it a step further and humiliate her because he knows that that grabs headlines. And that's unfortunate for him because, quite frankly, if I was any other celebrity, I personally wouldn't be using him anymore. And if I did use him, he'd have to sign a very strict NDA. And if he didn't sign the NDA, he wouldn't be working for me. And so I think this is a lesson to Megan that she should have had that NDA ready because they don't play with Queen Bee like that. Anywho, I'll keep you posted, but I don't think this case is going to go very far. I think they're going to cut him a check and let him go on about his way. Stay tuned for the next tidbit. Bye.